Hey guys, what's up? This is Barry with Premier Guitar here in Nashville, Tennessee. Today we have Microwave from Atlanta. I'm very excited about it. Last show of this tour, right?
Yes. Yes.
Freaking that well. Congrats that you
made it through.
You're alive.
We're very excited. Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's been awesome.
Man, I was lucky enough to catch you guys at Furnace Fest a couple weekends ago. It was awesome. Cool. I think you guys might have noticed that guy up on the bridge.
We didn't while we were playing, but we definitely heard about it.
So while Microwave was playing, there's in Birmingham where the show was, there was this huge bridge, and there was some old man on top of this bridge just boogieing down, like dancing like crazy. I kind of assumed it was one of your dads because he almost seemed like he knew every song, but anyway, so weird.
Yeah, he made us famous on Instagram. It's hilarious.
Everyone was looking at that guy. It's so funny. All right, well, let's talk guitars. We don't have a ton of time, so this is the only one you have on the road.
This is the one. It's a 1960 Gibson Les Paul reissue. I've had this since like 2003. It's like the one guitar that I won't get rid of.
Was this like your first real
This
guitar?
is my first like real guitar, and it didn't show up, I don't think, on any Microwave recording until Death is a Warm Blanket, and a large majority of them are this guitar.
Really?
Yeah. Just the songs called for it, the tones were right, so yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's a classic. Have you done anything to modify it or change the pickups or anything?
This is stock.
Really?
Still, yeah. And I've never had an issue, knock on wood. But yeah, it's been a good one. It's 100% stock.
Crazy. Have you ever had to refret it or anything? You've had it for a long time.
No, but I probably should. It's time.
I am not exactly sure what came in those stock, the 60 reissues from the 2000s. Do you know if it's like a...
I don't know the specs.
Yeah, okay, cool. Well, it's a humbucker and it sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, so beyond that, you have a kind of interesting setup in the sense that you have a pedal board.
I do.
You have an amp on stage with you, but you're actually running plugins through software, correct?
Yeah. I call it the poor man's Kemper.
Okay.
I do have a Kemper, but Nate, the way we practice in the studio at home is we just run overloud on the Pro Tools session. And so we're accustomed to the tones, we can get through that. And when he was saying that he wanted to bring out a computer, I was like, well, we can run all of us off of that. I don't need to bring my Kemper. So it's just like a 10-year-old Sapphire Pro. Like it's barely supported. Like it doesn't. Like we're running Catalina on the Mac OS X, and this unit is not tested on that. So it was a gamble to do that, but it was only $150.
Right.
Using a trial of Logic, and then we're using Slate. Most people probably know Slate Digital. The Everything bundle comes with overloud, and so I have 2 tracks. Nate has 2 tracks. And Ty has 1. Actually, I have 3. So I have 2 tracks going front of house and the third without the cab IR on that runs to this cab that I just use for stage volume.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And also probably, I would imagine, feedback.
Yeah, feedback. We do feedback a lot.
Dude, I gotta hand it to you. That is a fucking workaround.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's great because it consolidates everything.
Sure.
And if we ever, the next time we go overseas, if we just use that, that's save a lot on gear rental and
carnage. Yeah, totally, big time. Okay, well, that's what it is. So just to due diligence, the orange on stage is what?
It's a Rocker Verb 50.
50 combo. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, combo.
Cool. Now, is that something that you recorded with?
That was on Much Love, I think, a lot. I just use it as an external speaker cab.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I'll just run other amps through it. I don't know, I'm an open back kind of guy. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But I will record with that. The amp itself hasn't been on Microwave recordings in a while, but it's a good, reliable amp. So.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, those things are road tested.
Yeah.
Heavy as hell. All right, cool. So that kind of takes us to the next piece of this puzzle here, which at first glance is a little complicated, but you've got a really clever switching system here.
Yep.
So I guess walk us through the signal chain. Like, where does this all start?
Okay. So I go into this little routing box, but everything goes through the Tube Screamer. That's my always on pedal.
Oh, it's always on?
Yeah, just barely to give it some grit, so the cleans aren't like super clean.
A boost almost.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
You notice when it's not there. And so then it's basically pick and choose what you want out of all these overdrive and fuzz pedals. So the OCD, the Cattail by Fuzzrocious, Swollen Pickle by Way Huge, another Fuzzrocious pedal, the Demon King, and then a Walrus Audio Iron Horse. And the last one, which is kind of a ridiculous pedal that I only use for one part on this entire set, is the Data Corruptor.
Which is such a fun pedal.
Yeah, God, it's crazy. You can never make it sound the same twice. And if you can, you're talented. I can't do it.
Yeah. No, I've never been able to dial it in twice. That has always been more of a like at home recording pedal for me because of that exact reason. It's
fun. We on the last record, we reamped some drums through that and just kind of, saw what happened, and it was just cool effects.
Okay,
but
so
everything goes through that GT1000 core. So every I do patches per song or banks of patches per song. So all my fuzz and overdrive is external to that unit, and then my my modulations, reverbs, and delays are all inside that box. Yeah.
Handy.
Yep.
I just have to say that typically you see a board this big and it's all modulation effects and maybe a couple of gain stages, but like you've got gain covered here.
Yeah.
Are you using these for
too much? Yeah.
I was gonna say like, man, like I know your music is very, very dynamic, but man, that's a lot of different
I could
kind of
consolidate for sure. Like I could probably knock off 2 of those. So I don't really need all those. I'll probably eventually redo the patches at some point. But yeah, all the modulations, everything. I'm a Boss fan. Like they make good pedals. I had a ton before, so I just pulled them all into the GT1000 core.
That works. Yeah, that's a pretty good workaround as well. Plus, I guess with a switching system that's MIDI based, you can write patches that turn on these for certain parts. So it's not like you're tap dancing too bad.
Yeah, it's super easy. I've had the ES8 not even for a year, and I love it. I just hit one button every part, and I'm done.
So
you know what I mean? I'm not like getting ready for parts, and guitar players watching kind of know what I'm talking about.
Of course. I got to give a shout out to whoever built this board because it's very clean.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that was me.
Was that you? Okay, yeah, that looks great. All right, so dumb question: is there ever a time in the set where you're kicking on like all of the overdrive sounds?
Maybe not all of them, but a lot of them. When I just go up to the amp and I'm hitting like
just noise
and fuzz and feedback
and stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
And then, all right, what's this electro-harmonix?
So this is a looper, and so this just goes right to front of house. And the reason why, so it's kind of like a backing track. I'm not actually looping the parts because when we first got it, obviously we have a lot of fuzz, and those types of parts don't stack very well.
Right.
It's just a bunch of mud. And so rather than trying to do that, or stack parts through the looper and track it live,
it sounds like
I just hit these.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and they just go right in front of house with a pre-recorded part, and it's not ideal. Maybe one day I'll do like an Ableton thing and actually,
the trigger of some sort. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it works.
It works.
It sounded great. I heard your sound check. That actually is a really good way to go about it. I love looping pedals, but yeah, the second track always sounds degraded.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And this is a controller of some sort just for that?
This particular pedal, you can't bank up and down on this without turning the knob, so you have to like purchase
something separate.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's it.
Could we possibly hear how you're using that, and then maybe some other kind of integral sounds from the set?
Yeah, so the first part it's basically I'm just playing along to myself on Leather Daddy, and so I think this should come through. Which this is the part from the record. And the tone that I'm playing, let's see. I can't. I think that should be coming through on the thing, but there we go. So I'll hit it in time with the song and just play along to it. And that just kind of like prepares for the next song during that part. It's not doubling me by playing it, and it's bigger. I honestly don't know how Lucas pans it or what he does out front.
It sounds huge. Yeah, it really does. And so then I'm guessing the octave is coming from the GT1000, right?
It is,
okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and so there's several spots in the set where I do something similar. Like I'll usually play into a part as if I was going to loop it. So there's nothing that's just like coming out of left field.
Right.
Like I'll be playing a lead and then I'll switch to another lead and this picks up where I left off. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
So kind of like it melts into the next part with what's already there.
Right, and so I guess your clean-ish tone is still running through the tube screamer, right?
Yeah, just
Can
the
we
tube
hear
screamer.
just like the bass tone of what you're running like primarily?
Oh yeah, let's see. Gotta have the clean tone. Let's see. I have like my default patch in case anything were ever to go wrong.
Right.
I don't know the right part to play because I never play it just clean.
Yeah. Well, I guess since you're typically running with the tube screamer on, can we hear that?
Yeah. So tube screamer. You can probably barely hear this in the feed, but that's just
it's more of a
totally,
boost.
totally dry, and then just a little grit.
Yeah,
I can't hear it right now, but if we were in our perfect like studio environment,
sure.
you'd be like, I get it, you know?
Gotcha. Well, man, I can't tell you how much we appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah, man, we'll talk to Nate and we'll, come see them on tour. Not this tour because it's over, but next time.
Hell yeah.
All right, cool. All right, guys, now we are 2 feet over this way with Nate. Nate, how are you today?
Doing good.
I'm sure you're excited to get home and off of the road safe and sound, so congrats on that.
I'm going to sleep a lot for a long time.
That rules. In times past, like I think, I saw you guys at Furnace Fest a couple weeks ago, but before that, I saw you at Riot Fest last, and you were playing like some sort of Strat style guitar. So,
yeah.
How did you?
Oh damn! I had a Strat for like just a little bit.
Yeah,
but,
I think I must have seen that. Yeah.
Before this, I was playing a PV Reactor X, is like their like Helicaster style guitar or whatever. Yeah, and I had that for like 5 years. It's a great guitar too, but I bought this like a year ago. I like how it sounds too.
Yeah, it rolls. It's huge.
It is huge.
That's a Cadillac.
That was actually, that was part of why I like it, because it's like a little bit easier for me to play with it being bigger, because I'm a long person.
Yeah, you're a very tall guy. Yeah. For sure. Now, when you bought this, was it like stock or did you have it made? Like,
I bought it used at Earth Shaking Music in Atlanta.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I just like walked in and
guitar.
I walked in and played it and was like, damn, this sounds cool. And then, yeah.
It's rad. I love the gold top hats and like the kind of.
It does. It looks sick. It's like a hot rod jazz master or something.
Yeah, it almost sounds like an offset, like a giant offset kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Cool. And do you know what pickups are in it or no clue?
Just humbuckers.
Yeah.
Whatever the stock humbuckers that they put in them. Yeah.
And then for this tour, you only have one backup, and it's a baritone?
I have a baritone too. Should I grab that?
Yeah, let's take a look at that real quick before we dive into pedal world.
Got a baritone Telecaster here with
so this is
active pickups.
I know in Atlanta it's totally different, but in Nashville this is such a sacrilege because you have a
You're supposed to put the
with EMGs. It's awesome.
TV Jones pickups is what was in it when I got it. Yeah, it was some person who was using it for the Nashville reasons.
Twangy stuff, yeah.
But
what is that, an 81, 85 set? Like the old
Kurt
Slayer
style. Yeah.
That rules, dude.
Yeah.
I love that. Man, people talk so much shit, especially now. It's like, no, man, passive pickups are cooler, and it's like that shit comes and goes in and out of style. And I still love EMGs. I don't give a shit. I love them. Yeah, they sound great. But cool. So that's only coming out for a couple of songs, right?
Yeah, for like 4 songs from like the new stuff. We have some baritone parts. Yeah.
Dude, it's a trip with you being so tall because it doesn't look like a baritone.
Yeah, no, it's actually the same length from like the head to here as my other guitar. They're like the same, yeah. Because this one's so big, you know.
Ah, yeah. Let's look at it because they're gonna have to adjust the bridge. Yeah.
They're like almost. It's like a little bit. It's got like an inch on it.
Yeah,
inch and a half. But you'd barely like notice.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So I totally forgot with Travis, but we should probably talk about strings and gauges on account of. These look freaking pretty beefy to me.
He does a skinny top, heavy bottom, right? Yeah. Yep. And then I do power slinkies.
Power slinkies, and what gauge?
I don't even remember what power slinkies are. I've been using them for so long. I guess it's like a little bit thicker than.
Yeah, I was gonna say they almost could pass for 11s because they look huge, but
they are 11s. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's like 52 to 11.
To 46 or something like that. Yeah.
I remember. Yeah.
Or 52 to
11, I think. Yeah.
Either way, yeah, beefy guitar. The action looks nice and low too. That's great. Have you had to have any work done to it?
A little bit actually. It started to have this pickup fell in a little bit. I just needed to screw it out, but it was making noises. We had to open shit up. Yeah, do some soldering, or not soldering, but taping.
little surgery, no biggie.
Just a little bit, not anything major though.
I mean, it sounds freaking killer, and like you as well are running through the software, right? No amps on stage.
Yep. Marshall Plexi head.
Is that what you're modeling in there?
Through some like nice, expensive ass mic, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I love this setup because where most people have like a Kemper or an Axe-Fx or something like that, you guys kind of have a really interesting hybrid system with using software amps and analog pedals. I love that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We might just go for the quad cortexes. Cortices soon.
Dude, they're pretty rad. They're pretty rad.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk pedals. Maybe when you guys get home from tour, Travis can help you because this is a little bit messier than his situation.
Yeah, it's always evolving, so
Gotcha.
you know.
Yeah.
I don't like to have it too nailed down.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. Man, you got some of my absolute favorites of all time. Phase shifter is great. The plasma pedal is so crazy.
So dope.
How are you using that?
I use it. I just have a fuzz pedal, and then that is my like
Chaos.
distortion pedal.
Yeah,
No, it's like I use it for like my main tone and stuff for some things. It works for that.
I love that pedal. If you guys haven't played it, it is so crazy gated. It almost sounds like you have a noise suppressor just absolutely balls to the walls.
No, I always keep the voltage like real low, where it like
as soon as you're
just
not playing,
barely
it's
makes
off.
the connection. Yeah. It sounds the coolest there when you get like a little tail, like it. Yeah, you get like a little.
Wow, that's like the weirdest sustain ever, but man, it's a great sound. I love those things. That's
It has
so
like
cool.
a little.
Yeah. Shout out to Game Changer Audio. Those guys are constantly doing weird shit. So, what else do we got going on here? I love seeing a DL4. I'm a huge fan. I'm a Dave Knudsen nut from Minus the Bear, and he is like the master of those things.
Yeah,
And that stuff is for vocals, right?
all of the stuff that isn't on the board is for vocals, and I just run the vocals through like a distortion and a chorus sometimes, and have like a stereo delay.
I don't know why. I've never thought to put a rat pedal on vocals, but I'm an idiot. Like, that is awesome.
Yeah, no, I think Sage Francis used to do it.
Weird.
The like hip hop dude.
Yeah.
That's where I thought about it from, I guess.
Interesting. So, I know your board is changing a ton, and with frequency. So, what are some of your favorites right now, or like how are you using some of these in the set?
So I always have like a tube screamer on, just for my like clean tone.
Cool.
So this stays on for the clean, for the bridge one, for the bridge pickup, and then for like beefier tones, I'll use the Greer fuzz sometimes.
Yeah, Super Hornet. Yeah, Greer
These are
makes
so
awesome stuff.
sick. And you can make it sound real crazy too. With this shit, with the little octave up stinger thing.
Oh, cool.
Way cool, but I feel like it sounds more like a distortion pedal than like a fuzz pedal.
Right,
So it works well for main rhythm stuff.
Right.
I feel like. Yeah.
Cool. Like, all right, for example, in your sound check, the intro to Wrong has got like the pretty, God, that's such a beautiful part. Obviously, there's a little delay on it. What are you using to get that tone?
That is just, so I got this hologram dream sequence too.
Dream sequence, huh?
Very sick pedal. It's kind of like a freeze pedal that just has more like things
Features.
I can do, yeah. So it's got a little like tail on it, like this one here is on an octave up, but I'll do it on different things. Oh shit, this is on, wait a second.
Yeah, that sounds more like it, yeah.
And then if you hit hold, it just holds out this.
And then like a freeze, so it has a momentary feature as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you can hold it out, and then after you hold it out, you can do this crazy stuff.
Oh, that's rad.
Or there's like, it has like all sorts of different rhythms.
Arpeggiations and stuff, yeah.
And so like it like goes like an octave up and an octave down. It'll do like a series of like different rhythms.
Yeah, like glissando stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a rhythm-based thing, and you can like morph it and stuff too, with
It's like one of those like at the end of the set pedals where you just start fucking with it. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's a good like between song freeze pedal kind of thing, just to like have some sound going on.
Yeah.
Because there's cool things to do with it.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that rules.
And then it stays on for like all of Wrong and stuff, just for like the tail on it. Just like not holding the thing, just keeping it on. Yep.
Yeah. It's great. All right, so quick question for you. The Super Hornet, which I didn't know has that really cool octave feature, is that like kind of replacing the whammy, or are you using the whammy for something totally different?
Definitely using the whammy for the octave a lot. Yeah. No, I don't use the that one for the octave really. I would just use this one, more or less.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right on. And then standard Boss flanger, people are familiar with that. And then you're running the DD500. Is that for modulation effects? Is that what that does?
No, it's just for the delays. I just have all the different
Oh, it's all
songs with
delay.
the
Okay,
yeah.
that's cool.
I just programmed all the delays in. So it's my main.
Now, is this the
delay
setup you
pedal.
recorded with, or like, or close
More or
to?
less, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that kind of covers it, man. Excellent. Well,
Yeah.
what's actually the TC electronic pedal? What's that guy?
This is like a stereo doubler.
Oh, the Mimic pedal. I've seen
Yes,
that.
yes,
those
the
are
Mimic.
sweet.
So like without it, it's like and then when you have it on, it adds like it'll make it so the one side is like delayed.
Oh, it's like almost like a.
You know what? It actually is having a power issue right now too.
Yeah. Now, is that something you use all the time, or is that just for specific parts? It's kind of like a double tracker almost, but the other signal seems either slightly
I leave it
modulated.
on all the time.
You do?
Yeah, just so that
Beef
so
time.
it's like it adds like a 16 millisecond delay to one of the channels or whatever, so it just kind of like adds like a little thickness, like a double. So
Yeah.
so when it's like sent left and right, there's
Huge.
like if there's no delay on or anything, it's still just like more chunky and
Yeah.
stuff.
And then last but not least, the equalizer. What are you using the EQ for?
Just as a volume boost.
Oh, really?
I've used it in the past for like a mid boost effect and everything, but I just use it now for, it's like a clean volume boost for solo stuff and
Yeah.
everything.
Well, that's a way to use it for sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, Nate, thank you so much for taking the time
Thank you.
to talk to us. This has been great.
Yeah.
You guys stay tuned for more rig rundowns, riff rundowns, video lessons, all that fun stuff, and we'll see you real soon. Pray for the ATL.